Yo, what's up guys? So I know it's been a little while since I posted a video, but the weather absolutely hasn't been cooperating at all. Since the last video I posted, we've had about 3 blizzards, so it definitely hasn't been very nice, but the weather has definitely cleared up. So I went out golfing this weekend, but then this happened. Yeah, so as you guys can see, the weather's been pretty nuts out lately, but it has been sunny a fair amount of the time. I just haven't been able to get out when it has been sunny. So hopefully I'll be able to, get a couple course vlogs up for you guys soon here. But instead of posting nothing up, I thought I would do a little bit of a gear review almost of what I use to film, edit, and all that stuff. So it's going to be a little bit different, but it's better than nothing, I guess, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, to start off with, I use the Canon SX50 HS camera. I bought this last year. I was waiting for the SX60 to come out actually, but it never really had an official release date until, I bought this camera already, but I did use it for the entire summer and it's an absolutely awesome camera. The 50x optical zoom is great. You can zoom into pretty much any hole on any course as long as it's not a dog leg or anything, but I've been able to zoom in on par 4s, par 5s with not much shake, especially if you use a tripod. It's pretty much rock solid, but half the time I just hold it, stabilize it with my hands just because it's easier to not carry a monopod or a tripod around, but who knows, maybe in the future I'll start using my tripod monopod more to get higher quality videos, but yeah. If you guys are looking to do any type of course vlogging or anything like that, I definitely recommend getting more than one battery. I choose to use 3 because I find sometimes 2 isn't quite enough to get me through a full 18 holes, especially if I'm going to be filming a lot of stuff that I don't even use, right? So 3's a good amount for myself, especially those little tiny ones, and they're fairly cheap. Only one of mine are an official Canon one, and I have 2 that are just cheap ones off of eBay. And I also have a few SD cards. The ones I usually tend to bring with me are just a normal 64 gig SD as well as a 64 gig micro SD, just so I can use it in my GoPro if I need to, and if I run out of space for whatever reason I switch it over to my camera. I usually don't even get close to 64 gigs worth of footage, but it's nice to have that extra room so I don't have to delete every single time I go out and film around. Alright, so my next device that I use for filming would be the GoPro Hero 3. And I know there's a bunch more models, but the Hero 3 for me is more than good enough. I don't see any point in getting the newer ones. And the video quality is absolutely awesome, and I don't honestly really use it that much for golfing. I really got it for snowboarding, which I haven't really even done very much recently either, but it's definitely nice to carry with me, especially if my normal camera dies or something like that. And usually to mount the GoPro, I'll put on this little tripod that I actually got with the Canon camera. It came in a bundle actually on sale. I believe it was 300 Canadian dollars. So it's honestly definitely an absolute steal. You can't really pick up any decent DSLR for that price. So and I know the Canon's not a DSLR, but it definitely does more than what I need it to. So now for filming, mostly I use the Canon SX50 HS. But every so often, if I, not so lazy, I do actually use this Canon Rebel T1i. It's pretty old now. I believe it's, at least 4 or 5 years old now. But it's just heavier, and it has like pretty much no zoom unless you buy a really expensive lens. So if you're looking at using something that's just easy, pretty much a point and shoot camera with the massive amounts of zoom, I definitely recommend that SX50. Now to transfer all those videos and pictures off of my SD card, I do use a Kingston USB card reader. It's fairly cheap and it has really good reviews online, so thought I'd go with that, and no issues yet. Alright, now onto the computer I use for video editing. It's definitely nothing crazy, but it does everything that I need it to. So I do have 3 hard drives in the computer. I have one, just cheap Western Digital green 1 terabyte hard drive, as well as 2 smaller hard drives. One's actually a laptop hard drive out of an old computer, and the other one is a 240 gig SSD. I believe it's a Kingston HyperX. For the power supply, I'm using a 550 watt Thermaltake bronze rated power supply. I did cheap out a little bit, but I mean, it's been working so far, and I did take the stickers off as well because I kind of thought they looked ugly, but that's just purely cosmetic. Alright, so for the GPU, I kind of messed up here because I thought that the Sony video editing software I'm using could use the CUDA cores inside the GTX 960 that I got, but it doesn't really look like it's compatible. So if I would have done it again, I would have gotten a video editing program that would be able to use the CUDA cores, but I don't know, for now it works fine, so I don't really have any issues, and I edit generally 2 to 5 gigabyte max for my videos, so, and I have absolutely no lagging, so it's more than fine for that. And as far as rendering and stuff, it doesn't take too long. A video that's 1 to 2 gigs usually takes well less than half an hour. So, alright, so for the RAM, I'm using only 8 gigs, 2 4 gigabyte sticks of DDR3 Kingston HyperX Fury RAM. And I was going to actually get 16, but I haven't really been able to get close to maxing out the 8 gigs yet. So if I do get that point, then I'll upgrade. But yeah, I'm usually around the 5 to 6 gigabyte mark, even when I'm video editing and rendering and stuff like that. So definitely okay for right now. Alright, so for the CPU, I am using the Intel i7 4th generation 4790K overclocked to 4.6 gigahertz, and I'm using the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. Alright, so for the video editing software, I've decided to go with the Sony Movie Studio Platinum 13. And this is actually the first software that I've actually bought, because I used to use a Mac and that had iMovie. And then I moved over to Windows, and that has their Windows Movie Maker. And honestly, that program absolutely sucks. You can't really do any type of layering or anything like that. So this is the first software that I've bought, and I really like how easy the interface is to use. And you're able to do, pretty much, well, at least I'm able to do pretty much everything that I've wanted to on it so far. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. I had to move locations because it kind of got a little loud, but yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, anything for what you want to see this summer as far as video footage, or even any criticism, anything like that, love to hear it in the comments below. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys later.